Hi, little birds. It's your girl Jalen. I wanted to do another video for this week, and it's going to be on all about my transition and how it's going and all the changes I've seen. I have never done one of these, and I always wanted to and seen other people do them, so I just wanted to do my own. Now, I've been on HRT for 1 year and 2 months. Woo! I'm excited because it's something I've always wanted and always connected with, and been a long time coming. So let me get into a little bit of my history, which if you watch my introduction video, you know a little bit about me. Now, I lived in Mississippi in 2016, and I did a lot of research on what it was, how I was different, and transgender kept coming up. It kept coming up over and over and just resonated with me, resonated in my soul, and I knew, I was like, I am transgender. That is what I am. That is what is causing me such dysphoria and disconnect between my mind and body. And so I had always wanted to go back to Florida, and since I was little, like 6 years old, I wanted to go back because we moved and I just loved it so much in Florida. So I had kind of made the goal to move to Florida away from Mississippi, because Mississippi isn't known for their diversity and just being an all-inclusive culture. Now, my friends and those around me, they were very inclusive when I first came out. But as a whole, I feel, Mississippi still has very that stigma of being not inclusive. And you can see it in their bathroom bill. They passed a bathroom bill where if you were born male, you have to use the restroom that you were born into. And that is really not right in my book, just because I don't feel comfortable using the male bathroom right now. I would hate going in there. So I moved to Florida, and I hadn't made the commitment quite yet to take HRT. I was like, well, let me just try being a boy for a while and see how it works. I tried to be more masculine. I grew out my beard. And, oh, it's so ugly. So ugly. We won't talk about. But I really tried. I did fishing and, things that, guys seem to enjoy, but I really didn't find any joy in any of it. And it, it was in March. Well, shortly before March, after taxes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Let me find some company or some entity out there that I can get hormones without a prescription. Now, just a caution, I don't encourage you to self-medicate, but that is how I started. And if you're going to do that, just do your research. Make sure you know the risks, the benefits, everything that might go wrong or can go wrong. Um, I researched the heck out of it because I wanted to know, what are the risks, what are the benefits, what is this going to do to my body? So I researched for at least a month or more on the various drugs and various prescriptions I could get that were available to me without having insurance, without having a prescription. And so I started on hormones on March 20th, 2017, and it was good. It started out very well. I could definitely start to see, the breasts getting tender, and itchy. It's a little weird, but they got itchy. Um, and then it quickly became apparent, probably about 2 months in, that I was gonna have to start wearing a bra because they were just poking through my shirts and stuff. So I started wearing a bra, and I knew eventually that I would have to come out of stealth and tell some people because you know why is he wearing a bra and other questions like that. So I went to my ASM at the time, my assistant manager, and I sat down with her. I'm like, Michelle, I need to tell you something. And she's like, okay, are you quitting us? I'm like, no, I'm not quitting. I am transitioning to a girl. And she's like, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, I'm taking hormones. I'm no longer going to be a boy. And she was like, I will have to check with the store manager. So she checked with the store manager at the time, George, and he brought me in, and he basically put it to me this way. He's like, I have 2 lesbian sisters. You transitioning and becoming a woman does not bother me. And you will be protected at this store. You will be loved. And if anybody says anything about it, they can come to me. And that was so comforting to know that I had somebody behind me, somebody at my store that backed me, and I wouldn't have any issues at work. So I started dressing more feminine at work. It was very gradual at first, I still wore some of my guy clothes and all that. And it was probably about July 2017 that I really dressed feminine, and I just chucked all of my guy clothes. It was gone out of the closet, out of the dresser, and it was very relieving. So fast forward to now, I've moved again because I wanted to be closer to my kids. They moved to California from Mexico. That's a long story. Trust me. Very long story. So they moved back to California, so I wanted to be near them again because I hadn't been near my kids for 2 years and been away from them and felt that pull of being a parent and not being there with them. And so some of the changes I've seen with the HRT, of course, is, the breasts. I started out very small, and I kept measuring and measuring with one of the fabric tapes, and just saw no growth. It was horrible. But probably within 6 months, I started to see some real growth. I was up to a B cup, which in my frame that I have, it was very hard to find a bra that fits a frame that is small. So all the cups were like huge, and I'm like, okay, why don't they make smaller cups? Help me out here. Because not everybody that has my frame has giant breasts, okay? So some of the other changes I've seen, the skin is softer, my hair is a lot finer. I did do some laser on the face and lasered some of it off, but it's still there, so I still have to shave, but it's not like every day that I have to do it. It's maybe every other day, or I can go a little longer, but I still have to shave. It sucks, but it is what it is. And so the skin is soft, the hair has become lighter, less of it, which is wonderful. I don't have to shave like every day on things, and the maintenance, oh my goodness. A lot of maintenance, okay? So if you're thinking about transitioning, remember, there is some maintenance involved. Um, and then just the skin is softer, hair. I've seen a lot of the fat redistribution. My sides have been sucking in. My bottom has been filling out a little bit. So I've definitely seen those positive changes in my body, and along with, my face filling out a little bit. So it's great to finally kind of pass to some degree, or pass fully, I don't know. But I haven't had issues for a long time, so. But I know passing is something everybody desires and everybody wants, because who wants to be ostracized in society? So that is my transition update. That is where I'm at. I'm just enjoying life and enjoying where I'm at and enjoy it all. And I just want to say, be your authentic selves. Bye.